Welcome back to the West Coast for episode 15 with me, MrSealyp. It's 6:15 in the evening and I've been busy since the last episode. This field is now cleared of all the straw swaths, everything's gone. However, in order to do that, I need to lease some equipment. I had to lease the Strautmann Tera-Vitesse 5201DO. This is a 50,000 litre loading wagon. I was using my Pottinger Euroboss, but it was only 21,300 litres, I think. I did one load and thought this is going to take me forever. So I went and leased this, brought it down with the Steyr. That's gone backwards and forwards a few times, to the point where, if I scroll across here, I have got now 207,300 litres of straw in storage up at Mountain View Farm. I also sold a load, one complete load of straw. There's a little farmhouse just past Stonehill Farm, just over there, with the sell point. I think it's only like £77 for 1,000 litres. It's not a huge amount, but it was a little bit of extra. And I sold the first load of wheat off of this field. Was it wheat or was it barley? Can't remember. But that's been sold. The best price for that was at Frontier, so I've got another load of that to go. So off of this field, bearing in mind it wasn't ploughed or anything, I got about 43,000 litres of grain. We'll say grain for the moment. But first things first, I'm going to get rid of the last little bit of this. The sun will be dipping, as you can see, over the horizon. It's starting to go. There's a few jobs I want to get done before it gets dark. The first of these is to get rid of this. This field will need to be repurposed. There's the Sammy with the next load of grain to be sold. That will probably, I'll check the price, but I think that'll probably go to Frontier. The Steyr will need to go back to the farm and be jet washed. And the Strautmann can go back. Came in very, very handy indeed. Now the problem I've got is traffic. Because last time I tried to do this, I got hit by a car and it made a right mess. But maybe I might get lucky. Because it's much easier to back in here than it is to drive in and try and turn around, especially with a wagon this size. It's a bit of an issue. There we go, right. Like I say, I'm not going to get very much at all. But it seems pointless just ploughing it into the ground. It's £1,200 I didn't have before. Right. I'm going to pop that there for the time being. The farmer here is a very, very nice man and doesn't mind me leaving the odd vehicle. It's only going to be for a little while. So, let's go. I'm trying to find a way out actually. Let's jump the fence. Through the back of the farmyard. Let's jump in. It was barley, not wheat. Why did I think it was wheat? How weird. So that would mean then I was looking at the wrong price. That's not good at all. Farm dog is having a funny 5 minutes again, but don't worry about that. Right, let's start the engine. Now check online because I was looking at the wrong price. I was looking at wheat, so that could explain why I couldn't figure out the price was all over the place. Oh yeah, man, I was looking at Frontier. Was 734, but that was the wheat price. I've got barley. Brilliant. Well, that's 21,000 litres, not wasted, but you know. Although Little Woolhope Farm for barley 526. That's more than I thought it was going to be. Little Woolhope Farm. Whereabouts is the sell point there? I'll have to go and find it. Oh, that's kind of scuppered my plans a little bit. I haven't been, when you come to the end of this little lane here, not on the lights make much difference, We're in twilight now, the light is fading fast. If you turn right, it takes you out to the dual carriageway. You can drive down the dual carriageway to Frontier. I've never been that way before, and I thought it was really cool when it did the first load, so I thought in this video I'll show you that route, but I'm going that way now. Going this way. Oh well, right, Little Woolhope Farm. Where is the sell point of Little Woolhope? Just jump out. So I thought this was like a silo because it's got this here. Is that actually a sell point then? I guess it must be. How weird, I thought it was a farm silo. There's not one round here, that must be it. We'll soon find out if it's a silo. I can always empty it back out again. Let's take the cover off. That's not a sell point. Well, okay. What's going on? That is storage. Where's the sell point? Oh, hang on. Ugh. Got it. Oh, it's a tight little sell point, this one. This is the big difference between this and my Let's Play on the Valley of the Old Farm, well, apart from the obvious seasons difference. You cannot get away with big machinery on this map. A lot of the farmyards are too small, the roads are quite tight. $11,000, that's not bad. I'll take that all day long. That does explain then why I got so little. I couldn't figure out in my head if they were paying 700 and something at Frontier, why I only got about 9,000 for a full load, but that's why I was looking at the wrong thing the whole time. Nope. Right, okay, well, there you go. That's the next job done. So that's that sold. This can go back to High Ridge Farm. And then we're on to the next thing I need to get done in this episode. I don't know whether I could start the harvest. There's always a risk it could rain tomorrow or something. I do have some stuff needs doing, and if you notice field 33 as we go past in a second, I assume because it's getting dark, that's why people aren't out on the roads. Oh, he says, ha ha! Oh, there we go. So our corn maize is growing very, very nicely in field 33. I'm going to take this back. I have returned the Strautmann loading wagon. That's gone back. I need to wash this, and you'll see why in a minute. Oh, that reminds me, yes, after the end of the last episode I did bring over the Valtra and give it a bit of a jet wash. just to make EP a bit happier. That one needs to go back over to Mountain View. I'll just tuck that in there for the time being. Out of the elements. Did I turn that off? Yeah. This needs a bit of a going over. Now, there have been developments in the locale. Let's just do this first. That'll do. Yeah, so I'm going to drive down to the store with this. Now, chat around the water cooler is that Big Al, Lord William's right-hand man, has been... The word used was promoted. I don't know. Apparently has moved on to bigger and better things. I think he's running his own farm estate somewhere, which is a bit of a step up. He was our kind of resident haulage and mechanic. But I think in light of the fact that Farmer Kinnan, Big C, did such a fantastic job on the Massey Ferguson 27 and has offered to do, you know, whatever needs to be done repair-wise and maintenance-wise on vehicles and that kind of thing in his workshop up at River Rock Farm, that Lord William has kind of decided to, yeah, send Big Al off. So anyway, yeah, a massive development. But because of that, we have actually lucked out. We've also been given permission to do something else. We're going to sell the loader, the low loader, because it hasn't really been used apart from the first few episodes when Big Al did a couple of jobs for us and he let us use it. We haven't really had a need for it. Anything we need to move around the map, we've been using tractors to tow and pull around. If at any point we did need one, I suppose we could always lease a loader, or yeah, I don't know. It's surplus to requirements. So Lord William said the fact that Big Al's not about and doesn't need it anymore, we can get rid of it. So I'm happy with that. 145,000, brilliant. Sell that. Now the lorry's always coming much handier on maps when you've got like big haulage to do, large trailers, that kind of thing. And potentially if I do end up doing logging or something like that, I may well need one, but I don't at the moment. And because of what we're going to do, it just kind of made sense really. Hopefully that'll work. I wonder if I can get them both in here at the same time. Get them appraised and see what they're worth. So 16,000, okay. 146, not bad at all. So it goes 398. We were on 90 something, weren't we? Just over 90. Right, okay. So here's what we're going to do. I did like the idea, so I'm going for it. Joe at Little Woolhope will be over the moon. Steyr's gone. And we're getting a JCB Fastrac 8,000. Might even have a bit of money left over. Now, the Terrus had a... Oh, that's a point, actually. Had a higher horsepower. Or would have had a higher horsepower, I think. That would have been on 313. Did I have it on 313? I don't think I did. I think we have the 288 version. Oh no, maybe. Excuse me. But yeah, Fastrac. It's a quicker vehicle. 310. I mean, it's negligible difference. Wheel setup, wheel weight standard. Rim colour, I'm going to go with the yellowy JCB colour just because it would be a little bit different to normal. 240,000. That does leave us some in the bank. That's not bad. So it's a fair old size, isn't it? I think this is another one that sounds brilliant. Let's listen, shall we? And it's pretty rapid around as far as it's a fast track. So it says 45. That's in miles per hour. I've got mine set, which isn't too bad. Now, on to the next thing then. This is an episode of excitement, and I know Christmas has just been and gone, but it's like Christmas. Get the lights on, at least at the front. I don't indicate often, so when I do, it's like a bonus. Now, just over here, lights off. The vehicle, the machinery that was shipped by Tucker is here. It's an old piece of machinery, but it's a large-ish piece of machinery. We've got a Fendt 900 favorit. A 926. That gives it 260 horsepower. Another large-ish tractor. Like I say, it is an older one, but it was free. He donated it. That's amazing. Chrome pipe. I like that. I like that a lot. Now this mod, as far as I'm aware, I'm trying to think, is by Smety, CMT. There was the Fendt 800 favorit, which I used on Golden Days of Farming. This is the 900 favorit. So we've got a couple of newbies on the farm. We've got an 8000 Fastrac, and we've got a 926 favorit. I need to put them to work at some point, don't I? Not bad at all. I am going to need to do a sugar beet harvest on the field I bought. Was it last episode or the episode before? Field 48. I also need to do some harvesting on the fields around my farm. Field 15 and field 10 are ready to go. I also need to sort out field 51 that we harvested in the last episode. Has got to be ploughed out and sorted out. Actually, that's a good point. Plough. I might use this. Go and get the plough and get the worker. Get a worker, the worker. It's not like I've got one. The worker. Getting on with that. I'm trying to avoid killing anyone in the process. There's a lot of traffic. We are nearly at 20 to 7. This should have enough oomph to pull that plough. Thinking whether or not to upgrade the plough actually. Now we've got a bit more horsepower on some of our machines. Maybe a slightly larger plough might be in order. 158,000 in the bank. Done alright out of those sales. Oh, I haven't seeded this field either, have I? Field 16 needs seeding. What to put in that? Maybe more soybean. I'm thinking if I get soybean out of that one and field 10, stick some more in there. I'm okay for straw, so I don't need wheat or barley at the moment. The pigs have got everything they need. I've got a sugar beet field to do. I've got OSR in field 14. Oh, I do need to go down and help old man Fraser as well. He wanted me to do a bit of delimbing of trees and things like that. So I'm going to need to lease a wood chipper because I don't own one. Just go and get the plough and I'm going to get that sorted out. Well, this is wide. I think before it gets dark, I need to do a round of the animals. I think everyone needs water, so I think I might need to do a bit of a water run and make sure everyone's topped up. Make sure the trees, the little orchard, is topped up. Let's grab this. Perfect, right. This field 51's a fair old size. Right, I'm going to get this over there, get this sorted, and then we'll think about water for the animals before it gets too dark. It's 5 to 9 and I'm now over at Mountain View Farm. The field has been ploughed completely, as you saw. Very nice, neat job of it too. Field 16 has been seeded with soybean, and I've just done the sheep farm. I've now come over here to Mountain View. I'm going to sort out the cows, clean them out, give them some water, so they should be good for the night. I will probably come back again at some point, hopefully during the course of the night, just to keep that cleanliness up or down, depends how you look at it. I managed to find all the light switches for the barn. It was easier said than done, but I did find them. And that is that. Sort out the manure, then the water, and we should be good to go. Although the water trough is in the field, I think. There's a light switch for this barn just around the corner here. There's a light switch over here that does this bit here, and that one there. There's a light switch in here, although it's only partial. That's weird. The light switch, that little bit there, is it there, and that does those lights. Just made it a little bit easier to see what I was doing. I'm preaching to the converted if you know where they are already, but I thought I might mention it. And that is the manure done. Perfect. And then we'll come back round and we'll do the water. What I'm going to do when I've done this, I'm going to head off into Little Woolhope to the Rusty Nail. Seeing as one of my workers was in there most of the afternoon, I thought I might pop down, have a pint, a cheeky half, and then back home to bed and ready for the next day, because there's going to be loads to do. Harvesting and more seeding. I am also sorting out transportation of, I'm going to start with sheep. Going to get some sheep over from Bluebell Island, and we'll get those on the go first because the grass is going to be easier to do for sheep production. Okay. Plus I do want to either do a load of grass, or I have got the cornfield in 33 that's growing, and get a load of silage on the go. But I might do that down at the BGA, I'm not too sure. Slight update, a few people commented on the last episode of this when I mentioned about the BGA not working properly, and I thought there'd been an update. Apparently there was a bit of a situation, we'll just call it that. Giants made a bit of a boob, and the update for West Coast was only for PC, not for console. Console one is in the pipeline. It has been submitted, but obviously Giants are on holiday until the 8th of January. So the whole getting mods for the new year, I dare say that now won't be until, we'll pretend we can't see that cow going through the tractor. That won't be until, as far as I'm aware, after the 9th. The 8th even, sorry. So yeah, one of those things. But that's them done. They're cleaned, they're watered, they're good for the night. Bedding and everything's okay. Just jump out. I'm trying to get into the habit of leaving the engines running when I jump out of the tractors, because I do have a tendency to turn them off all the time. It's just a habit. If I'm going to be out of them for a long period of time, then I'll turn them off. Other than that, there's no reason why I can't leave them ticking over. actually. I was just thinking. I haven't checked on the slurry. What are we looking? We must be producing some. Yeah, there's a trickle right down the back. There's a hay. That's all the slurry we have so far. We're doing well, mind you. We've only got 10 cows, so it was never going to be massive amounts, was it? Now I have to make sure when I drop this off, when I did this before, I dropped it like it is now and the whole thing rocked forward. That sat flat on the floor, the forks kind of stood upright, and then I couldn't hook up again. So I've got to make sure when I do this, that sits flat like that. Oh, that doesn't work. And then you disconnect. Perfect. Torch on. And that, I think, is pretty much me done for the night. Excuse me. I'm off down the pub. Bit of a walk. PP's probably getting ready for bed. It's alright, I'll do it. Right. Off we go. It took me a little while to get down here, not too long. I am checking that out later on. Right. A Swift R43. Right, I've had a couple. It's now 10 to 11. I really should be getting back, but I'm going to go with these guys. Like I said earlier in the day, there is something going on at the post office. I'm sure I mentioned it either in the first look or in the first couple of videos. They all keep coming out of the pub and going into the post office. It's 10 to 11. What could possibly be going on in the post office? I've got eggs to sell as well, actually. I've got eggs to sell. £41. Right. Mace makes it easy.
Howdy, partner.
Well, that was a revelation. I would say an experience, but let me just say this. The first rule of Farm Club. You do not talk about Farm Club. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not allowed to say any more. I'm off to bed. I'm going to see you in the morning, bright and early, for more fun and antics. That is the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.